Hey, Miles here, milesbeckler.com. In this video, you are going to learn 21 ways that AI can grow your online business for you. Now, we're going to jump on my computer and I'm going to show you the exact tools and templates you need to leverage all 21 of these different ways for the AI to actually do the work of helping you publish more content, publish more valuable content, more engaging content, faster for your audience. And to keep us on track here, I've got a cheat sheet here that we're going to go through. So I'm going to keep super organized and this is going to be as efficient as humanly possible. Now, first and foremost, if you aren't using the tool yet, you can get access to it at milesbeckler.com/AI. As of today, they are offering a free 5-day trial if you're not using it. So just again, the link's in the description, milesbeckler.com/AI. Get a trial, jump in. And once you're on the inside, this is the main dashboard. Okay. This is where we're working with the new tool. And keep in mind, it's a tool, right? When a contractor buys a new tool for their job, there's a learning curve with that tool. So be patient with yourself, but I'm going to show you which templates to use for all of the different occurrences. And let's jump right in. Number one, solving writer's block is often the best, fastest way to get massive value from this kind of a tool. Because it's like, okay, I know I need to publish more content for my business. I know I need to create more blog posts, more videos, more podcast episodes, more social marketing pieces. What do I write about? What do I do? So let's jump in first to the actual topic ideas for blog posts, YouTube videos, etc. Now on this top area, you notice this top bar, so we can just click on blog, and right here you notice that blog post topic ideas shows up. So you're going to understand how to work with the tool as we're going through and I show you each individual one. So literally this blog post topic ideas and then obviously the blog post outline, that's where you would go to get inspiration, to get help to come up with these ideas. Then there's videos, okay? If you're on YouTube and you're looking for more video ideas and you're only using that buddy-based keyword research tool and you're like, man, these are not really the ideas I'm looking for, click on video, go to the video topic ideas. And this is where you can just get a huge array of ideas that are going to be compelling and they're going to interest your audience. And then boom, you're into motion. Okay. This kicks you into motion by canceling writer's block immediately. So I'm going to click dashboard up top. That's how we get back to the main. I'm going to click on all on the bubbles here. That's how we get back to main. The second one I want to talk about is this long form assistant, okay? Now this is for Pro members only. Now Pro was a limited time launch. It has closed, but if you upgraded, you're going to have that here. In the future, I assume they're going to be offering this again. I think it's just a beta test, so we're the beta test users on this. And if you didn't get my emails announcing that this Pro option was available, you're probably not on my list, and you should just go to milesbeckler.com/emails, and then you can subscribe to my emails because I notified my list, my email list when this was available. But what you do on the long form assistant, whether you're wanting to write long form books, Kindle books, or blog posts, you click in and then you open this long form assistant. Okay, this is a content creator. So what it's doing is it's walking you through a process. You're no longer staring at Google Documents or a Word document or Open Office or whatever you're writing in, and you're just staring at that blank screen and that cursor flashing at you, that's the enemy, right? This is going to literally just get you into motion so you start creating about it. And it's ultimately going to walk you through these first steps and then it goes into the editor and on and on. Now, I'm not going to go through that right now. I want you to know that if you want help getting kind of like how to use this at a deeper level, the learn button up top. So you click on learn, they've got a step-by-step guide to get you into motion. They have a lot of huge videos. If you look at the videos that they've got, they literally show you how to write a book with it, how to optimize your LinkedIn profile. And then down here, this is the whole long form content that Google's going to love. That's literally the tool that we're using. But back to the dashboard itself, again, that was the learn button up top. So now we're going to go more quickly through these. The third one is hook ideas. Okay, so what is a hook? A hook is like the big idea of your post. It's the big idea of your video. It's like what makes that interesting, right? People don't want to waste their time reading generic bubblegum content or watching videos that are regurgitating the exact same ideas. So you need a unique problem and solution. You need an interesting hook to capture their interest. Where do you find that? This is under the marketing frameworks bubbles. Now, all these first two, AIDA and PAS, are super powerful frameworks. And you want to go through these, and the hook is embedded in the output of these. You might use a bunch of it, you might use a little bit of it, but ultimately what those two frameworks are going to do, and I would even say this before and after bridge framework is one that I would test. It's going to help you come up with a unique idea, a unique angle. So you got your keyword, you know what you want to SEO around, but what's your hook? This is where you find a hook that'll be like, man, I could write a post, it could take that direction. None of the other bloggers are talking about it. Bingo, you're onto something that has the chance of getting clicked, getting linked to, and getting shared, which is ultimately where I think more marketers need to get to. Number 4 is email subject lines. So I'm going to be honest with you, you should email your list more. If you don't have a list yet, you're not growing your list, you need to be growing an email list, because that's where you will make all of your money. It's the most valuable asset. So the email bubble right here on top, you can see email subject lines are right there. Just click on it, you get in and going. So you know you want to write an email, you know you want to promote something. What is that subject line that's going to get opened? Because if your subject line sucks, if it's not interesting, they're not going to open your email. If they don't open email, there's no way they can click on your link. It all hinges on your subject line. Number 5, we're going to talk about intro paragraphs. Okay. So once they open your email, what's that intro that's going to actually hook them in from there? Or when they click on your blog post from Google, what's the intro? Or maybe even your video, what is that? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use a search bar up here, and I'm going to type in intro. And you notice right here, blog post intro paragraph pops up, but there's also the video script hook. So if you're a YouTuber, obviously there's the YouTube one, and then there's the blog post intro paragraph. You can also use that for your email stuff. And as I list out 21, you're gonna see there's probably 50 to 100 ideas that I'm going over. I didn't want to sensationalize this video with some over the top number, so I'm keeping it to the actual 21. Number 6 is the headlines and the sub headlines. So I'm gonna now delete this from here. And I can just type in headlines. Oh, excuse me if I spell it right. So you can see the perfect headline right here is one of the options. And then they also have the sub headlines. These headlines are the big promise of your piece. The headlines can go on your sales letters. The headlines can go on your opt-in pages, on your pop-ups where you're trying to grow your list. And obviously they can go on your blog posts themselves. You could even test those for your Facebook ads, et cetera, et cetera. The next one I'll talk about are bullet points. So bullet points are absolutely huge. These are the ones that are really going to get people to see what the value is. And I simply clicked on website here, and you've got the persuasive bullet points here. This is going to generate those hard-hitting bullet points. If you've ever seen a sales letter, which I'm sure you have, for a digital marketing product, which I'm sure you have, you're going to notice the bullet points are what really make us kind of engage, like, ooh, I need to see what's inside of that product. I need to get inside of that product. It's often because of the bullet points, and there's many copywriters who will write a gigantic list of bullet points first, before the headline, before the intro story, before the hook. They just write all of the bullet points. And then I want to talk about features to benefit. So a lot of people, when they write bullet points, they talk about features. And I'm sure you've heard the story of nobody wants to buy a drill. They want the hole in the wall. Okay, so the drill's a 0.5 horsepower and blah, blah, blah. It's handheld, it's lightweight. Those are features, but nobody actually cares about features. And it's difficult for new marketers, especially, to shift from feature to benefit. So they have this feature to benefit down here, and that right there is number 8. So then let's talk about your unique selling proposition or your unique value proposition. That's also down here under website. So when you're like, what makes me unique in the marketplace? Too many affiliate marketers are forgetting this point. Why is your content interesting? Why is your brand worthy of paying attention to? What makes you different? The ideas for coming up with your unique value proposition, which is also like a USP, are right there. So that was number 9. We are on to number 10, creative stories for your sales copy. Now, sales copy, stories sell. Okay, that's the truth. And rookies at sales copy do not understand this, and they do not leverage stories well enough. And you need to do stories. So you can see right here, creative story is right there on the front page. If they change this around, because they are, you can always type in story here, and you're going to see creative story there, and it's going to help you craft these stories. These stories can go in your Instagram posts. They can go on Facebook. These stories can go in your emails. These stories can go on your blogs, your sales letters, and on and on. These are the truth of marketing is those who are the best storytellers and who can relate values and benefits and the transformation their audience is going to get. Those who use stories to do that are the ones winning in this game, in this day and age. Number 11, answers on Quora or YouTube. So one of the ways I've promoted my YouTube channel quite aggressively is to go answer people's questions on Quora. It's a question and answer website, or Yahoo Answers. It's another question and answer website. But here's the problem. You have to go write 100% unique content. So I can go write 500 words on Quora and then get a link back to my website, or I can get a link to my video, or I can embed my video. And a lot of my viewers actually found me from Quora through this Quora marketing. If you go to Quora.com, you can search Miles Beckler, you can see all of my answers there. But it takes a lot of time to write that kind of content. So what can you do? Honestly, I think the content improver and the sentence expander. So I'm going to go under blog, and you can see right here the content improver, and you're going to see this one pop up a lot, because if you've got a weak intro, if you got anything weak in your marketing, you're like, yeah, I wrote that blog post, it ain't very good, use the content improver. But what I can do now is I can take parts of my video description that I wrote, I can take parts of my blog posts that actually answer their question, run it through the content improver, and now I have some unique content that I can publish on Quora, because you never want to duplicate your content. You want to use 100% unique. And then the other one is the sentence expander. So let me go back to all. Now I'm going to type in sentence here. And you can see the sentence expander. It's on that list. I'm just using the search bar to make it really quick to find them. If you scroll down on the list of all, you would see it there as well. So that is the way. And there you can start building backlinks, which is what I got for my channel and what I got for my blog from Quora. But I also got actual access to real people who were truly searching for answers on Quora. And I answered them and they found me. And now they're subscribers. They've got on my email list and they may actually be customers of the different products that I promote. The next one is on Instagram, for Instagram marketing. Personally, I don't do Instagram marketing, but they do have this photo captions right here. And as you see, you can just scroll down and there's a lot of ones that we're not talking about. But if you are trying to do the Instagram thing, you know you need to be on Instagram because everybody cares about Instagram right now, but you don't want to spend much time writing up those descriptions. Bingo, put in the photo, what it's about, what happened, and it'll craft a content for your actual Instagram post right there. Let's get into Facebook ads. So we have had great success testing Jarvis's copy for our Facebook ads. Now I went to the top, I'm just going to click on ads. And you can see right here that not only do we have the Facebook ad headline and the Facebook primary ad text, but we also have the Google ads as well. So this is actually number 13 and number 14 right here on one screen. If you're running Google ads, if you have an organic post that is already generating leads and sales and you know that post is working, run some Google ads to it, right? Pour some fuel on the fire. And you obviously know, from my channel, you probably know, I've taught a lot about Facebook ads on this channel. I teach my entire strategy, my Facebook ads marketing strategy here. We're doing wonderful things with Facebook ads. It is bringing in hundreds and hundreds of customers per week, if not thousands of customers per week using Facebook ads. And you always have to keep coming up with new creative. We got to refresh creative. So we're able to actually put in our old content that we're using, use the content improver, and it's actually coming up with new headlines based on our ads that worked. And we're also generating new ideas, not based on ads that work, just completely new ideas to get new tests. Because often as ad writers or as marketers, we kind of get into a lane, we get into a groove, and we don't like look outside of our little box very often. And this tool is going to give you unique ideas, kind of out of the box ideas, wonderful for testing, because that's one of the keys to that game is to constantly be testing. So that was 13 and 14. Number 15 is product descriptions for Shopify, e-commerce, or Amazon FBA. Folks, I know you are out there. I know there's a lot of you doing physical products, and writing these types of product description pages is annoying at the best. So you can see right here, they have Amazon specific bullets. So this is going to be seeded from a different data set. So you can get bullets and features for your products, but you can also get the kind of product description paragraph right here for the actual Amazon product itself. Obviously, those would be worthy of testing for Shopify at a bare minimum, but you have this product description one over here that is also perfect for Shopify as well. I'm finding that I'm often plugging in my same ideas into multiple of these tools to find the ones that work best for me. It's not that the output is quote unquote better. It's just the workflow works better for me. Again, it's that idea that it's a tool, right? So I was a machinist at one point in my career, which I manufactured aluminum parts that went into the robots that actually built silicon chips in Silicon Valley, and microprocessors and stuff. And they have this tool called a lathe, and a lathe that spins, and you're able to make these really unique dowel-shaped things think of a baseball bat, right? How baseball bats are turned. In the old days, my boss, he was a good old boy who did it all by hand. And he hated the fact that now we programmed it all. And I learned how to program those things. So I was able to take a different approach. There was a skill required that he was like, no, the art of writing everything on its own. I don't like the thought of AI because I like the pure thought of writing every single bit and piece by myself. That's great. But I was able to come into that world using a new tool, using a new kind of technology, which is what this AI is for you if you're catching my drift here. And I was able to create more parts more effectively that had better tolerances than they could by hand, period. And it was just better. It took a learning curve. It took me years of schooling and testing and theorizing and figuring this stuff out to learn how to do it. But once I learned how to use that tool, my output went up, the quality of my output went up, and that business became much more profitable. And that's what you're getting access to here. Back to the list. Number 16 is review responses. So if you have ever had the experience I just had, so when you leave a comment on a website, when you leave a comment for a product, you're like, wow, this was so great, thank you, and they don't respond, you're kind of like, man, this business owner doesn't actually care about my money. They didn't like that I just spent $350 on that snowboard with them type thing. But when they reply and they say, great, thank you, it means a lot. So they actually have a review responses for you. So I'm going to type in review here. And you can see right here, review responder, you or a virtual assistant can go in and craft responses to all of the reviews that you get. And it's a touch point, right? Your customer list, those are the best people in your world. Those are the people you want to make feel great about themselves and about their purchasing decision. And that little touch point of responding to all of your reviews goes an absolute very long way. Let's get into titles for your blog posts and your videos. So I'm going to go back to dashboard, remove review here. So we can go into the blog side. So we've got the blog titles are on here. Let me see here, right there at the bottom. So these are SEO optimized titles and descriptions right here. And then if you want to go look under the videos, they have the video titles as well. That'll help you get the video going. And obviously you can use the video description as well, because one step is obviously to write all of the content. And then the other step is to ultimately write the title for the content. And it takes more effort and more time. And I just clicked on the SEO bubble. This is going into number 18, and you can see we have SEO product page, services page, home page, and also for the blog post. So again, SEO is your title and your meta description. Those are the two things, two of the really big components in SEO that a lot of people, they'll write their posts and they don't have enough energy to write a great SEO optimized title and description, which is the only thing users see when they're looking on the YouTube search engine or the Google search engine. So here you go. Here's 4 ways, depending on if you're selling services, if you have a physical product, if you're working on your homepage, or obviously if you're working on blog posts and videos. Number 19 is the descriptions for your videos or your podcast episodes. I think I accidentally snuck this one in early. That's the video description. And I personally do believe you can use this exact tool for all of your podcast episodes as well. I think that there's a lot of, and that's what I'm saying, you could probably take my list of 21 and it could be a list of 75 or something, because it works for blogs, it works for podcasts, it works for videos as well. Then the video scripts themselves, right here is the video script outline. This is the way you can actually kind of build out what's in a video. And then obviously there's the hook and introduction. So the outline helps you build out the main points, the main things to talk about inside of the video. And then you can use that script hook as a way to connect with your viewer, because if you don't capture their attention within 5 seconds, 15 seconds, and help them really hook them in to know that there's something valuable in it for them, they're going to click back and they're going to go watch another video. So that was number 20. And then number 21 is on the company bio and your personal bio. Let's go back here to website. So on the website, this is where your company bio is. So for your About Us page, for your footer, wherever that is, in the age of EAT, which is expertise, authority, and trust. These are new algorithm requirements from Google. We need to have bios for everything, for all of our authors, for all of our companies. We need to make sure that Google knows who we are and that we're a real business. Those websites that don't have those EAT factors are not ranking as well. So here's how you can build out some of those EAT factors super quick. And again, that is honestly just for the website. Let's go to all here, and I'm going to type in bio up here. And this is where you can find the personal bio. So personal bios are useful, obviously, on things like LinkedIn or Twitter or your Instagram profile. But as someone who's a guest on a lot of podcasts, they always ask me for a bio. Miles, send us your bio. We want to include it with the podcast. They don't write that. They don't use that to introduce me. And it's a pain in the neck to write that stuff, especially if you want to customize it for each podcast that you're on. Bingo, right here, you can go into the tool and Jarvis can help you out from there. 21. We made it through the entire list. That was pretty impressive. I'm proud of you. You made it. Now, again, I want to reiterate, this is a tool, okay? And a tool is simply that. It is as good as the operator is who uses it. Pens are tools. If you don't know how to write with a pen, if you don't know how to make it work, it's just a pen. It's just going to sit there. So I encourage you to really step up and take time to learn how to master this tool so it can help you double your productivity, so it can help you triple your productivity. And the last note, if you're like, Miles, I don't like AI. I don't like the thought of AI. I want you to know that it's here. And the car that you drive, whatever vehicle you bought, and if you don't have a car, whatever that last car you were in as an Uber, that was built by robots in a factory. And there was a time when cars were built by hand. Obviously, there's certain brands at hundreds of thousands of dollars per car that are still hand built. The vast majority of vehicles are built by robots. And there was a time when people were frustrated. Well, I don't like that robots are building cars anymore. The technology is here. Don't fight it. This is what your competitors are using. This is the current age of marketing. Now, there is always important room for quality assurance. There's always important room for your unique take, your unique twist, for your brain to be engaged with the tool. Because again, the tool is nothing. The tool is just a static piece of software. It's about how you use the tool. It's about the workflow you use with the tool. It's about your comfort level and your ability to go back to the tool and to get it to create the output that you want. Just like when I was programming those pieces for the robots that built microprocessors in Silicon Valley as a machinist, the actual program that ran, if I misprogrammed it, if I did it wrong, it broke the part and it was less effective than the manual way. But when I learned the right way to do it, my productivity took that whole shop. Everything went up through the roof because I was able to program them with perfect tolerances every time. It was a better product. It was a better output. It came out faster and it increased productivity because I leveraged technology. And that's what you have the opportunity to do here. If you're not signed up yet, milesbeckler.com/AI. I hope this has been helpful. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up. Thank you. I appreciate you, and I will see you on the next video. Till then, be well.